Hello, everyone. Sat Sangat, astrologer. I'm here today to talk about the June 5th, 2020 lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. I want to let you know that I already published video containing the analysis of the whole summer eclipse season. It included June 5th, June 21st, and July 5th eclipses. This year we will have 6 in total, and these eclipses, as always, they have a range of influence of 6 months minimum, and they are already for example, this eclipse is already active. It's been for a month or so, anything that is happening is already within the influence of this eclipse. So today I would like to focus on just one aspect of this eclipse, the main aspects. So you have a preliminary understanding of what this can bring for you and for the collective as well. As I said, I explained in that longer video. It is about 3 hours, and it is available by donation, or if you are able to promote my work or refer me to a client who would be interested in reading, or if you share my stuff in your social media. For example, you share my Facebook posts or my Tumblr posts, or if you share my blog articles or something, I will share with you the link to watch the video. So if you're not able to make a donation, I know that many people are struggling, and we are all at the same boat, right? So, but you can help me in other ways as well. So I greatly appreciate your contacting me, and I hope that this shorter video can also help you. So the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, let me share my screen so you see the chart. At the same time, I explain to you. So the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, the moon will be in Sagittarius and the sun will be in Gemini, conjunct Venus retrograde, and square Mars here. Mars is sandwiched between Ceres and Neptune, and this is a T-square, right? Every T-square is similar to a three-legged table, where it is kind of unstable, especially it is mutable. Mutable meaning that the 3 signs involved in the eclipse are mutable signs. So it is very unstable configuration, and we always look at the opposite to the apex of the T-square, the opposite sign, which is Virgo, in order to find balance. So just from the start, I'll let you know that you find balance by focusing on Virgo traits. For example, discernment, logic, reasoning, organization, planning, and being thoughtful, and being and focusing on taking care of your body, your health, especially your health. So the moon, let's start with the moon. The moon is conjunct the south node of the moon. So this will be very emotional related to the past, and to the past in the sense that since it's the South Node, there is an outdrawing force that is asking for us to let go of outmoded and outgrown ideologies, concepts in our minds, cultural beliefs as well, certain vision of the world that we have that doesn't fit our present time anymore. So any concepts or assumptions that we have ideologically and that we used in the past to expand our emotional life, some of those are outdated, and we need to get rid of them, especially ethical and certain principles that we held dear, but they are not good anymore for us, especially when it is applied to the Gemini. The sign of Gemini is a very social sign. It is associated and correlates to our immediate environment, our immediate social life. Let's say within our family, for example, with our relatives, siblings, and neighbors, and also the people that you see every day. The person at the gas station, the cashier at the grocery store, or if you go to the doctor, the secretary or the assistant in the doctor's office, people that is present in your everyday life. So this would be a good time to review our relationship with those people and how important those are for us. It's also the business that are around in our neighborhood. So and we are now with the present events, we are now concerned about everything that is happening around in our neighborhoods, right? So we are focusing now on our practical everyday life, in our social skills and the communication skills that we need to use with our friends, with our equals, classmates, playmates, our peers, and also our everyday relationships with our neighbors, for example. So it is, this eclipse is asking us to get along with our neighbors, right? One saying, very ancient saying says, love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? And this applies very well these times. So, we are, we have this influence of Mars, which is aggression and sometimes violence, sandwiched between Ceres and Neptune. So Mars in Pisces already, and plus with more so with Neptune's influence, is frustration. It is those aggressive or frustrated feelings that we have been bottling up for a long time. So resentment, this anger, very deep-seated anger that we have for good reasons, for example, and now is clashing not only with the luminaries, the moon and the sun, but also with Venus. And Venus represents the values of people. What you value, What is it that you desire? What is it that you need and you want to attract for your life to be happy, right? So now this deep-seated anger, it is clashing with the peace, the harmony that we are looking for. And since Venus is retrograde, we are in review, revisiting our values, revisiting what we desire in order to be happy and peaceful in our life. This is a square between Mars, the Lord of War, and Venus, the Lady of Love and Harmony and Peace and diplomacy, right? So we can see here there is this underground aggression within ourselves that is very deep and hidden, right? Pisces is your hidden enemies, those enemies that are waiting for you at every corner, and the aggression that comes from those enemies. And it could be, for some people, it could be self-undoing enemies that are actions that we take and behaviors that we do that undermined our self-esteem, Venus, our self-esteem, and are affecting our social life. So Mars in Pisces is really, Pisces is also the collective, the masses, the global masses. And Mars can talk here about widespread violence and the collective anger that is now exploding. As we have seen in the events that are happening. So there is this collective unconscious that is coming out and exploding and provoking irritation and impatience and clashes, fights, accidents, and quarrels. And we're in a situation where we don't see diplomacy available, right? So I do not want to talk about the American conflict of colors because I am an immigrant, and for me, this is something I really don't understand. This is something that when I grew up, I never had this experience of making differences by colors or anything like that. This is something that deeply saddens me, but really I can't properly address or talk because I would be misrepresenting the people concerned, right? But what I can do is read the chart as it is shown here. I mentioned in the longer video the square between Pluto here and Aries. Aries is it was in the Greek mythology, the goddess of the discord. And she was left out of the feast. There was a feast of the gods and she wasn't invited for some reason. So she was so resentful that she wasn't allowed to participate in the feast and the joy and the resources and the food, the banquet of the gods, that she dropped the apple, the golden apple of the discord. So this was the start point of the Trojan War. And in astrology, we take Aries square, Pluto square Aries as the clash between those people who are left out of the feast of the gods against the power. The power in Capricorn is the powers of the institutional governments, the government institutions, the powers that are repressing those who are have been left out, right? So this Tsquare is talking, it's asking us to leave behind some ideas and some ingrained beliefs that are not serving us anymore. So we need to focus on the Virgo discernment. We need to find reason and logic in all this and organize our minds in function of belief systems that should be renewed, should be updated, upgraded, right? In order for us, Gemini, to have a healthy social life. We're reviewing values here, values of social relationships, social interactions. So this eclipse is not too strong in in this territory because it falls more on the eastern part of the globe, and it is also not too close with to the nodes of the moon. It's about 14 degrees apart, so that's why this is not a total eclipse. It's a penumbral, and is but however, it is significant for the fact that this is the first eclipse that starts the Gemini Sagittarius eclipse season. The nodes of the moon stay in an axis of signs for about 18 months. And they just, it's 29 degrees, they move retrograde, so they just entered Gemini. And what happens is that the nodal axis is what determines the eclipses. So because the eclipses happen when the sun and the moon are aligned with the nodes. So this is the new season, a new kind of eclipse energy. And this is the first one in that axis of Gemini Sagittarius. Even though it is not total eclipse, it is significant because it is giving us the taste of what will be the themes that we will be working on for the next 1.5 years. So it is unfortunate that violence and aggression is the theme in this this eclipse season, and this is the start of it. But this is the reality we will be facing in the next 1.5 years. So we are learning North Node and Gemini. We are learning how to live in a community, how to have relationships with your neighbors, how to love your neighbors as yourself, how to love your peers and consider them equal, right? Gemini is the sign of the twins. The twins are equal. They're the same, exactly the same. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what the color, what the ideas, what the religions, what the nationalities. Your neighbor is your mirror, is yourself in another, right? That's the twins. And this is what we are learning, how to improve our social relationships with our peers, another human being that is similar to us, that is mirroring us, that is the same, has the same heart, the same feelings, and has the same needs in life to survive. So, and with this, I will finish this short video wishing you the best, and also advising you to keep peace in your heart, no matter what is happening outside. Strive to keep the peace in your life, in your home, in your heart. Use meditation every day. That helps me to keep my sanity. And I always advise people to use meditation every day or to practice any spiritual practice every day to help you maintain your stability, right? Thank you for watching. And again, I invite you to watch my extensive video on the eclipses. It will be available by donation up until July 31st. And I invite you to contact me so I can send you the link. Thank you so much for watching. And now I am finishing this video wishing you the best. Thank you for watching.